So, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally May 2025. And on 7th of May, as you are already aware, Operation Sindoor was launched by the Indian Armed Forces, joint military operation of the Army, Navy, and also Indian Air Force. You can go to other channels and see the details. I'm sure you have done it already. And this was done to avenge the Pahalgam terror attacks, which happened on 22nd of April 2025, where mercilessly innocent tourists, most of whom were Hindus, were gunned down mercilessly for no reason because they were Hindus, and then they were also told to get their pants off. We know what happened, right? So, nonetheless, the disaster for Pakistan has just started. Let me reiterate, this is not the end. And in fact, as I'm making this video, I was seeing the defense minister give a statement, Rajnath Singh ji, that Operation Pahalgam is Operation Sindur, sorry, is not yet over. It's still on the way. All right. So please understand, all this is going on, but from an astrological perspective, the period for Prime Minister Modi from 13th April to 24th of June is not good, and you are seeing a lot of violence has happened in the Pooch area also. And unfortunately, as per the latest reports, around 10 to 13 people have already lost their lives. So my prayers with those who lost their lives due to this supreme sacrifice, and also prayers for all the armed forces. Either you are in the army, navy, or air force, you are doing a phenomenal task. Nobody can do what you are doing, and nobody will be able to do what you have done already. All right. So now the question is, when will POK come? Well, see, in astrology, there is no way to say when a particular piece of land will come. Okay, like for example, there is no planet which indicates Pakistan, or there's no planet which indicates Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Okay, but astrologers still make predictions. Well, how do they make it? Well, for example, I had said last year on 17th September that before 13th April 2025, the Waqf Amendment Bill is very likely to be passed. Why did I say that? And it got passed on 4th and 5th of May in both the houses of the parliament. But how did I make the prediction? That I simply made by looking at Prime Minister Modi's chart, and when I saw that there is a possibility of gaining real estate or gaining land. It's either ways real estate basically. For Prime Minister Modi, then it means that India could gain some territory, or Indian government could pass some legislation which gives them more control over the existing land in the country. Okay, so that is why that is how I actually predicted. So it is like a person has a particular yoga for getting some land or some car. It's as simple as that. Okay, now similarly, from 13th April, I said till 24th June the period is not good, and there is danger to his life, and there could be problems, law and order problems. And now, because he's the prime minister, so if there are problems in his chart for that indicate law and order problems, that will reflect for the entire country. Okay, so therefore, now the question is, when can POK come? So if that is the question, again, as I said, there's no direct way, but again we use the same rule. Okay, so for example, when can POK come? So for that, you need to see his chart and understand when there could be, when in his dasha is there a period coming where there would be further gains in real estate, or further in land or territory or whatever. Okay, so now if I look at his chart in that way, then in my opinion, uh, there is possibility that this could happen before 24th of June, but I think the possibility is very less. Okay, the highest possibility for that to happen is after 24th of June. And of course, taking POK is not a joke. Okay, now this period after 24th of June or till 18th of July is phenomenal. Okay, or rather should I say 24th of June to 11th of August. Okay, these 1.5 months are like phenomenally powerful. Okay, Now, between these 1.5 months, 24th June to 11th of August, there could be gains in real estate, but that could come from other places also. Like now, what it is, nobody can say. During that period, if there is some, if there is some strategic operation which is going on, and if there's a possibility that it could be a short operation and India could capture the land, so then it could be possible that we can specifically time and predict for that particular place. Okay, but we can't say in general which place it will be. But that period is phenomenal, 24th of June to 11th of August. Okay, so therefore, if there is a possibility of POK coming after this incident in the near future, let's assume it comes in the near future, then this is the most powerful period. Okay, so my blessings to him and the entire armed forces, if they can do what if they can undo the mess of Kashmir by getting POK back, which is looking since 1948, I would say, then it will be one of India's greatest achievements and victories. And also, it will be Prime Minister Modi's victory himself, because the leader gets all the credit and all the blame after all, right? So, therefore, this is where I see in the nearest future it can happen. But let's assume it does not happen. Astrology is a game of possibilities. If it does not happen that time, then when is the next period that it can happen? The next period is anytime after 17th of September 2025. Okay. So after 17th September 2025, uh, up till 24th of June 2026, this period is very, very, very powerful. Okay. Anytime between this period also it can come. Those 8-9 months are very, very, very powerful. Nine months actually, very, very, very powerful. And if it does not happen, then the next period where it can come is from 4th of September 2026 until 17th September 2027. Okay, so the next 13 months are also very, very powerful. So in short, there is very high possibility that India could gain some territory anytime. Essentially, let me tell you, I mean, keeping aside all the details, till 17 September 2027, it is very much possible that any time you may get the news. Okay, because all most of the periods are very good for him, and except a few. So as I gave you the timeline, but you have seen most of the periods are very positive. Okay, now again, as I said, there is no direct way to say if it will be POK, but it will be some land, it will be some part of territory which will come. Okay, now this can mean direct territory, or it can mean indirectly also. Indirectly means that India gets control over some other place, indirectly, through diplomatic victory or something like that. But it will not just be a diplomatic thing. It will also have concrete things, like, yes, now India owns this part literally. Okay, so essentially POK can come anytime. Okay, in the next 2.5 years. But again, that will depend if the government is actively pursuing this, and the government is leveraging all its strengths to get this territory and settle this problem once and for all. Or it can also happen, like, for example, Balochistan separates, like, there are troubles going on there, and India gives full support, and by that, Balochistan also wants to be an independent country or merge with India. There are different possibilities, but using astrology, my job is to tell you that there is a very high possibility of gaining territory before end of 17 September 2027. Okay, so when it happens, well, that the periods will tell, because most of the periods are good except a few periods. So in my opinion, it can happen very easily. Now, easily does not mean there will be no bloodshed or something like that, but easily means if the prime minister wants to do it and wants to, like, really get it going and really do it, then with all his power and strength and support of the armed forces, he can do it. So this is there in his chart. So essentially, in the next 2.5 years, the news can come anytime. Okay. So now, along with this, many of you have been asking me, oh, why am I considering Prime Minister Modi's chart? Why I'm not taking India's chart? 15 August 1947, that horoscope with Taurus Lagna. Well, with due respect to everybody, all astrologers, well, I have not seen that working. Yes, it's very, it's my blunt research and analysis. I have not seen that working. What I have only seen working is the charts of the prime ministers. Like when when there was a yoga of war in Jawaharlal Nehru's chart, there was war. When there was yoga of war in Lal Bahadur Shastriji's chart, then there was war. When there was yoga of war in Srimati Indira Gandhi's chart, then also there was war in Atal Bihari Vajpayee's chart. Then also there was war. So if you recall the instances before, like there was war when Nehru was prime minister, then Shastri was prime minister, then Indira Gandhi was prime minister, then of course Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and then of course some minor war-like situation in Pulwama and Balakot and all this Uri, when Prime Minister Modi was prime minister that time. He still is. So therefore, I have only seen that when the leader's chart indicates problems, only then there are problems. And when the leader's chart indicates good things, only then there are good things for a country. Okay. This random taking lagna of a country and making superficial predictions, I have not seen that working. And recently, in the last 1 year, whatever predictions I have made successfully about the Waqf Amendment Bill, about the period in last year September in India, August September, which was intense because of the RJ Kaur rape case that happened in Kolkata. Then BJP's good period from 17th September 2024 to 13th August, 13th April this year, where we saw BJP won 3 state elections with and Maharashtra especially massive victory, and Delhi also very good victory. Haryana narrow victory, of course, uh, and the Waqf Amendment Bill, immigration bill. Okay, so all these things have been, these periods have been phenomenally well good for the BJP. So all these predictions, and especially the prediction which I made on 7th of April, by saying that 13th April to 24th of July of June is bad for India, law and order and security, and we saw this attack happened on 22nd. All this has been done by taking Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shahji's chart alone, okay, and not by considering the chart of our country, okay. So therefore, people may disagree with me. It's their choice. I am not forcing them to accept my opinion, but nonetheless, this is what I have seen, and this is how I have made all the successful predictions. Most of them, not all, of course, but yes, this is what I have used, and I'm just informing this to you. And in case you want to know more things, you can do the analysis on his chart also, and you can share with me also in the comments what you see in his horoscope. All right. Thank you so much. I pray sincerely to God that this war reaches a definitive point there where there is sufficient damage on the Pakistani side, not just as an Indian, but as a human who has been seeing this nonsense going on from the last 75 years. And I wish that Pakistan is damaged to such an extent that they can never, ever, ever imagine or dream even to do something like this to India or to any other country. Okay. So, therefore, this war will might get escalated also from today. Today is 8th of May as I'm making this. And remember, till 24th of June, the situation is not the best. So, yes, be on your guards. There's been mock drills. The situation in the border is not good. Shelling, as I said, like 10 to 13 people have already lost their lives. This is what the latest reports say. So I sincerely pray to Lord Narsimhadev. Narsimha Chaturdashi is coming 10th, 11th, depending on which part of the world you are. May Lord Narasimha Dev protect everybody, all Indians, the way he protected the great Prahlad Maharaj when he was 5 years old from his demoniac father Hiranyakashipu. Okay, and especially during this time, please be on red alert. If you are traveling somewhere, have some cash with you. If you're traveling overseas, or even if you're traveling to India, take insurance, do all preparations necessary, because many of you have been asking me, oh, I'm traveling here, there, what will happen? Well, I cannot individually tell for all of you, for each and every one of you, but till 24th June, the period is not good. Take care. Now, when I said the period is not good, many people told me that, oh, you said period is not good, but India has attacked and all this. Well, see, when I say it is not good, it does not mean nothing good can happen. Okay, the worst thing which happened was Pahalgam, and after 13th April, you are seeing problems after problems, right? But most importantly, you need to understand that this problematic period is a temporary period which the Prime Minister is having in his chart. So it will not have any disastrous long-term consequences. Okay, so the problems will be short-lived, which is still unfortunate that people are dying, but luckily this problem will be short-lived. And God willing, the next 2.5 years are extraordinary for him. And anytime if he wishes, with the power and support and the help of the armed forces and by the blessings of Sri Hari Vishnu and the entire universe and all the rishis, POK can come back to us very soon. All right. But again, instead of POK, it could be any other land also. All right. So thank you very much for joining me in this journey once again. And I'm very happy to see all of your comments and your DMs regarding this issue. And I'm also happy to see your stories in Instagram. Most of you have posted positively about this incident. And I see everybody is united. Okay. Thank you so much. May God bless everybody. Thank you so much. Please take care.